What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday! Welcome to part one of the Dig In September Digital Influence Series. Man, I'm jammed, jazzed, all the J's. Excited to bring you guys this content for this month, man. It's a 4-part series. We're going to break down exactly what you need to do to get influence digitally. It's a game, my friends. There's a map to it. There's actually a plan. There's something you can achieve. This is part one. So for those of you guys that have been paying attention and checking out social media, here's where we're going. Where do I start? Now, if you're joining me in the future, I love that. Hit me up with a hashtag bypassed. If you're joining me live right now, hit me up with a hashtag dig in, because this is the month we're going to equip you to get out and start building digital influence. Like tactically, right? I love the inspirational stuff. I love the motivational stuff, but I also love like the actual, like, just tell me what to do. You ready? So let's dig in. All right. Where do I start? This is the best part of it. This is the easiest and best part of the information I can give you is part one, which is where do I start? Now, Jason, what's up, my man? I'll tell you right now, you start where the people are. Look, when I started originating in the glory days, I was told to go out every single day and come back with 8 business cards from realtors because that's how you got business. What's up, Milton? Kevin, good to have you guys joining me. I appreciate you guys. Hi, Ashley. So I was told to go get 8 business cards from realtors. That's the game. That was the whole playbook, because go to broker previews, go to open houses, because that's where realtors were. And I used to make fun of people all the time. They're like, oh, Alec, you're always out of the office. Where are you? I'm like, where the business is. Where the business is, because the realtors were the business. Well, guess what, my friends? Now, hi, Pam, what's up? Hi, Chi, yeah. Now, guess where the business is? Like, this is, it's here. So if you want to have a chance at it, if you want to meet the customer where they're at, you got to play a big game digitally. What's up, Sam? Thanks for joining. So here's how you play. The obvious part. Okay, we're just going to get right into the tactics. The obvious part, where are the people? I'm going to give you the 2 big platforms where the people are, Facebook and LinkedIn. There's where the people are. They're all there. Now, we're going to talk about all the other areas in a little second. Like, we're going to talk about Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and all that stuff for sure. But where are the big people are? Daniel, what's up, my man? Dig in. Where are the people? They're on Facebook and they're on LinkedIn. Now, one of the things, before you can start posting content, before you can start sharing your vision with the world, there has to be people there that can hear it. Does that make sense? So if a tree falls in the wood and nobody's there, does it make a sound? You with me? Like, if you're just blowing up videos and you have no digital community, you lose. And notice I didn't say digital audience. I don't like that. They're not an audience, okay? They're not sitting there like, oh my God. They're a community of people, and a community involves a 2-way street of communication. So let's get really tactical. If you want digital influence, here's how you get it. You go to Facebook, you create a business page and a personal page, and you go to LinkedIn and you create a profile. There you go. There's your start. And if you already have that and you're creeping on those platforms, welcome to the party. It's time to get into the pool. Once you create those pages, your job is to start growing your digital community. Let me give you some tangible, actual ways to do it. Number one, if you work for Loan Depot, you can use Mello 360, but if you don't, you can use things like MyMTA, or even if you don't have access to data at all, and you're like, what are those things that you're talking about? You can go to Zillow. I know we hate them, but you can go there. Find the realtors in your community that are doing business, all right? So back in my glory days, I pulled the top 100 agents in Orange County through the MyMTA database, and they give you the top real estate agents. I put them all in my ACT database by hand, and I send them a monthly mailer. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to find the top 100 to 200 agents. I don't care if they're top 1,000 agents in your market. And every day you're going to make an objective of adding them to your digital community every day. I usually kind of coach to 5. Just put 5 in a day. Go out and friend request 5 of the realtors a day on LinkedIn and Facebook. Next, if you're a retail mortgage pro and you're local in the community, guess what? You probably have a database. How many of those people in your database are part of your digital community? Again, let's start with a simple number, 5. Go get 5 names from your database, and instead of sending them a text or a check-in, go to social media, find them, and request a friend request with them. Now, you can personalize it, right? Because that's how you actually get results, is you become a human and you're like, hey, Milton, we did a loan together back in 2008. Man, it's great to see you on social media. I would love to connect with you. Both LinkedIn and Facebook, both. 5 past customers and 5 realtors a day. That's 10 connections a day. 10 connections a day times X number of days is a digital community. Now, this needs to become your best practice. I don't care if you're doing it on the toilet in the morning at 8 after your coffee, whatever you do, add 10 people to your digital community every single day. Can you see the compound effect of this? This is very tactical. I'm sorry, it's not like sexy and crazy. This is like work. Yeah, I know. But if you do that, you're going to be shocked. All of a sudden, you're going to start growing a digital community. See, you can't have digital influence without a digital community. You feel me on that one? It's like, I know that's like a pretty obvious thing, but it's how it works, friends. So once you're on that cadence, okay? By the way, this is an actual strategy called the ICE strategy, which I've talked about in other videos and talked about before. ICE, I stands for identify. So like your past customers and realtors. And then you go to business owners and you go to politicians and you go to influencers in your community and your pastor and your favorite, bartender and your barista. All of them, please, all of them. But now you're starting to leverage the digital community. So I is identify, right? C is connect. Send them a personal note saying, hey, I love the coffee you make me. Let's hang out on social media. Hey, great message this weekend, Pastor Joe. Like, let's hang out on social media. Hey, like, we did a loan together. Hey, you're a realtor. These things matter and they grow your digital community. After you get done with the identify and the connect, you repeat that. You do IC every single day. The last piece of ICE is E, which is engage. Now, you want people to resonate with your content? You want people to resonate? And I hate that. I got to correct myself. I keep saying content, like you content creator, and I just feel like it's missing the message. Your message, your purpose, the reason you're showing up on these digital spaces. You want them to resonate with that? You first resonate with them. And this is the E part, and this is engage. Okay, so this is part 1, right? This is where and who. Where? LinkedIn and Facebook. I'm going to talk about the others at the end as a kind of a thing. Who? Realtors, past clients, friends and family, community, etc. All of the people. So once you do this on a regular basis, like ICE every day, you realize that the E part, the engage part is, I always liken it to this. Let's say you go to a networking event or you go to a mixer, and you're hanging out. Would you ever, at a mixer, stand in the corner and be like, I have 5-star ratings on my reviews. I close loans on time. I do good. Hello? Debt to income ratio is important. Don't buy a car. Like, would you do it? And yet on social media, how many times do you see people being like, doing that all day long? Like, check out my latest survey. Like, shut up. Stop it. You're not creating authentic community. You're just like humble bragging. Like, it's terrible. You're missing the point of digital influence. If you want digital influence, be interested in other people on social media. By the way, I haven't even told you to make a video yet. We're in part 1 of the influence series. Part 1, okay? Identify people you want to connect with, past customers, realtors. Connect every single day to 5 to 10 to 20. How many of you can stick with it on a consistent basis? And then the third part is engage, be part of the community. It's like I want to go get my favorite book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and start hitting the camera with it. Like, don't just sit there and start talking about your message. Engage with them. Engage with your community. Talk to them. Be in relationship with them. You want digital influence? You want influence with them? Be interested in them. I mean, I don't know what else to say now. Like I have, okay, I'll talk with the other platforms in a second, but just please hear me on this. Like, by the way, if this is resonating, drop me a comment. Let me know, like, oh, I get it. This is the hard work of digital influence. Making videos is not the hard work. That's actually the really fun part. And you'll find that out later, even though I know a lot of you are terrified of it, because we're going to get into part 2, which is how you start producing content. What should your message be? But you got to play the big game first. And the big game is you got to build. So for example, Facebook, you know how many friends is the limit in Facebook? How many Facebook friends you can have? 5,000. 5,000 personal Facebook friends. How many people are in your database? Most mortgage professionals have 1,000 to 2,000 past customers in their database. Are they all connected to you digitally inside of Facebook or LinkedIn? So, and you can't crap on LinkedIn. It's an incredible platform. We're live on it right now. It's amazing. The reason is, by the way, all your past customers, do you think they're on LinkedIn? Yeah. Are they professionals? Yeah. So, yeah, like this is a great place. Now, by the way, think about it. I've heard someone say this before, and I totally agree. Like social media is the new CRM. You think they want your drip campaigns? No, they don't. But if they show up on Facebook and LinkedIn and they see you on there because you're consistent and you play a big game there, you're automatically building rapport and relationship over time. It's incredible. Yes, Leanne, this is so crucial. By the way, if you haven't started doing it, like just start now, because you're in September, you're digging in with me, right? Like this is the time that you're going to do it. So let's see, it's September 1st. How many people, dude, Leslie, it is where it's at. Dude, I love this I love LinkedIn. It's a great platform. There's tons of people on there. And guess what? If they're on LinkedIn, there are people searching for jobs for sure. But there's a lot of professionals on there. Guess what they have? Jobs, which allow them to do what? Buy homes. Just headbutt the microphone. Like, why are you not playing big in that space where all the people are? So I'm going to hit it again, and then we're talking about other platforms. In September, I want to see how many people you can add to your digital community. Identify and connect, identify and connect, identify and connect. I'm still doing it. I'm still adding 10s to 20s to 30s of people a day to my social channels. And it gets easier because once you have more connections, oh my gosh, see, Leanne, okay, you jumped ahead, okay? You can't go into part 4 yet, all right? You can't. We're in part 1. You got to stay with me in part 1. First of all, I'm sorry your doggo passed. I actually had my English Bulldog, Shira, she died a few months ago in COVID. And now my Frenchie, He-Man, is 13, and it's like the end. So I feel you. But this is what's amazing. So Leanne, you had a moment, an impactful moment in your life that occurred. And look how many people reached back out to connect with you. Digital community is real. Those are real people. And they want connection. And you can provide it by hanging out. Identify, connect, and 3, engage. Engage. Ask how people are doing. When they share something about their life, dive in with them. Be part of the digital community. Don't stand in the corner and be like, my Yelp review was amazing. Don't do that. Instead, come into where they're at. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Leanne. Sorry about your doggo. This is the power of digital community. This is what happens when you identify, connect, and engage. This is part 1. You do this over and over again. This is push-ups. This is best practices. This is hard work. This is commitment. It requires consistency. But if you play the game big, you're going to dominate on LinkedIn and Facebook where the people are. Now, let's talk about the other platforms for a second. The reason they're more difficult and the reason I start at Facebook and LinkedIn is because the other platforms have a unique language and a unique way to interact. For example, if I want to go follow Leslie on Instagram, I search for her, I find, and then all of a sudden, I follow. Yay! Is she going to see my stuff? Same with Leanne. Like, let's say I go follow Leanne or I go follow Milton, and I follow him on Instagram, and I'm like, yes, and I click follow. Does he automatically see my content? You see, those platforms are one-way streets. They don't automatically connect back to you. On LinkedIn, if I send a LinkedIn request to Milton and he accepts, now we see each other's stuff. In fact, when Milton shares or tags or comments on my stuff, his community sees my stuff. It's very powerful. But on Instagram, that's not how it works. Same with Twitter. If I go follow you on Twitter, it doesn't mean you're following me back. That makes it harder to build community because you're going to have to put out a lot of information. So there's some tricks, right? I'll give you a trick number 1 on Instagram. It's called the 3-2-1. Someone taught me this. It's a genius thing. And on the 3-2-1, it's if you're on Instagram, you go to somebody's page that you want to follow you. You like 3 of their posts. By the way, you scroll through their posts and be like, I like this, this, and this. Comment on 2 of them that you think are cool, like not like a rad thumbs up winky emoji, like no, like a comment that like you have to think about, and then send them a DM, a direct message, and say, hey, Pamela, it was awesome to see you on Instagram. You got so much great stuff. Really excited to follow you. Hope you're having a great day. That's it. And then the chance that they follow you back is extremely high. But that's talking like now, like you're making me do real work. And I'm like, yeah, if you want to play the game on Instagram, yeah, real work. Like engaging other humans. So, Colleen's asking a good question. You have to have a personal page in order to create a business page. So there's just rules of Facebook land. So you have to have a personal page to create a business page. And they will be separate pages, right? Your personal page is going to be over here. Your business page is over here. And the business page has a ton of different rules. Your business page is almost exactly like an Instagram or a Twitter handle where people have to select to follow it. If they just become friends with you, they don't automatically start seeing all your business page stuff unless you're like sharing your business page stuff on your personal. But we're not even getting in to the crazy stuff of digital influence yet. All I'm telling you to do in part 1, identify and connect on a daily basis 5 to 10 people from your past customer base and your referral partner base. Just connect. And then every single day, carve time to engage. Alec, I don't have time. My pipeline's full. There's loans everywhere. There's the fulfillment. Then you don't have time to be successful. Because successful people make time to do things that drive success. And right now, I'm telling you unequivocally, to have digital influence, to have a place in people's head, to earn that headspace, you have to engage with other people. You can't just post about your Yelp reviews. That will not give you digital influence. Okay? Let me give you a little quick summary about where we're going. Part 2, we're going to talk about what do you say and post. Absolutely. We're going to give you a plan. Part 3, we're going to talk about when and how should you post. How's a big deal. People are like, how? What do you mean how? Like, should you go live, do a video, do a text, do a journal entry? What do you do? It's a journey. But who and where is where we're starting. And this is all you need to take away from today. If you want digital influence, if you want customers to think of you when they think of a mortgage, you need to build digital influence. And to do that, you need to identify and connect. You need to build a digital community, and you need to engage with it. Talk to people, say hi, see how they're doing, connect in their personal life as they share it. And then when we get to part 2 and you start showing up now with your voice and your message, oh man. But the ICE, the identify, the connect, the engage, it's got to be routine. You got to make that routine. You got to do it every day, grow every day. And by the way, this is the month, September, right now. I know you're busy. I don't care. I want you to win in the long term. Now's the time. How many people are you going to add to your digital community in September? By the way, let's just call it out. Let's just do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I'm going to say 5 weeks. It's a little less, but let's just say you got 5 weeks. How many people are you going to add to your digital community? If you're brave enough, put a number in the comment somewhere. Put it out in the world. Declare it. Just say, I'm going to do this. Let's say 10 a day times 30 days. That's 300. Can someone do 300? Can someone do 100? Will someone commit to pick a number, put it in the comments? I don't care if you're watching this in the future. So, yeah, Reed, absolutely. 100 new people in your community. Absolutely. There's a number. Commit to something. Commit to something. This is the month. We're doing it. This is the dig in part. Like, dig in. Commit to something. Leanne, wonderful. 40, 25, perfect. Leslie, 25. Maybe a day. A day. You could do that right now. I appreciate it. Let's put a number out. How many past customers do you have that aren't connected to you digitally? See, here's the thing with social media. You're on it because you're here with me, but you're not playing. I want you to play big. You're just scrolling. I want you to be in the game. It's like going to a party and standing in the corner. Like, I don't want you to stand in the corner. I want you to be in the middle of the room dancing. This is the game. Commit to a number this month. And then when we get to week, so this, by the way, if 100 is your number, this is awesome. Yeah, good. I got you. Then commit to it. Get it done this week. Do it this week. Do it at night. Do it in the morning. Do it off. Get it done. Get it on the weekends. Get done. And then when we jump into part 2, you'll be ready to start posting. But remember, this is a great comment, Pam. There's a particular day when it's best to engage. Yes, actually, the answer to this is there are wrong times. There's no real like best time, but there are wrong times. The wrong times, like sending me a friend request at 2 a.m. I'm going to see that and be like, why are you stalking me at 2 a.m.? Right? Like, you feel me? Like that's the weird time. But like, no, like there's no, anytime you're awake in normal life and you pause your day to leave a comment on somebody's life event. Do you see the power of that? And I'm not saying just like drop a like, Pam. I'm saying like a thoughtful comment about a life event, and you come in and you just get to be there with that person. Man, there's power. Daniel's going to 125. I love it. This week, Daniel. This week, just knock it out, and then we're ready for part 2. But guys, if you can commit to this as a habit, as a best practice, if you can set aside 5 minutes of your day to go out and connect to 5 to 10 people a day, the compound effect is astronomical. You want digital influence? Be part of a digital community. Engage with them, comment with them, be with the humans where they're at. And with that will come unbelievable opportunity when we turn the camera on. Okay, thank you. Oh, yes, I'm like 25. Oh, I love that. Okay, 100. Good, 100. Good. By the way, Colleen, I know you have 100 past clients for sure that aren't in your digital community. For sure. 1,000%. So just start. Pull up the CRM, have your phone, and just start scrolling and clicking and inviting, and send a little personal note. It's amazing. It's gonna blow up. It's time for you to be in the game in social media. That's part 1, baby. All right, my friends, we're done. You rocked it. Part 2 coming next week, same time, same bat channel, 9:30 Tuesdays. We're gonna get you in the game. What the ICE process is still the sidelines. I know there's engaging because you're like commenting on people's stuff, but wait till we start putting your stuff in the world. This is a 1-2 punch. When you play both sides of the street, when you're engaging and you're loving and you're commenting and you're in someone's life digitally, and then you come in with your message, ooh, baby, the world's gonna light on fire. You're gonna have an unbelievable September as we build digital influence. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I will see you guys on the internet. See you next week.